Hey everybody, welcome to the Creative Differences podcast. I'm Colin.
I'm Gaby.
Yo, dog, I heard you like clowns. I'm Dallas.
So we put a clown in a movie with the balloons and another clown.
All right, anyway.
It's not really a good way to end that setup.
And this is our It Chapter 2 review. Colin's going to bow out for like the rest of the podcast.
I didn't see the movie.
He might ask us some questions. But
That's true.
He might not, because he stays far away from scary things.
It's true.
Yeah, but you saw it.
I did. I saw it with you,
Yes,
and I
you did.
annoyed the crap out of you.
You talked for 2 hours and 49 minutes.
I did with
This
your wife.
movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes.
With your wife.
Fortunately, it's loud, and the screen was big, so I was able to still see what was going on and hear it. Surround sound is louder than Gaby.
It was so loud. Like my ears were ringing afterward.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. The point is, what'd you think?
I liked it a lot. I
Compared
wouldn't
to the
say-
first?
The first one is better to me.
It's way better.
I enjoyed the first one more. I wanted to like this one more than I did. There's just some things where I was like,
Same.
I wouldn't have picked that. But all the acting's still amazing.
Yep.
The cast is fantastic.
Oh,
and
amazing.
Oh, man. Also, guys, we did the Throwback Thursday for the first one, so check that out if you want to.
If you want to know how we feel about the first one.
But yeah, you get adults, actors who have been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
3 of which were like huge names, even when they were cast.
Yep.
And we get to see that. And we also get to see the kids a bit more because they have flashbacks. And apparently there was some CGI involved.
Oh, yeah, there was.
Like aging the kids.
De-aging.
Yeah, which is weird because they're like teenagers. But you still have to de-age them because they've aged since the movie was.
They aged a lot. Apparently, it was mostly Finn Wolfhard who got like super tall and looks very different. And then the kid that played Ben, he grew 9 inches since they shot the other movie, which I noticed. I was like, why is Ben so tall all of a sudden? Or is he tall? I can't tell. I think he's tall. Like, he's freaking tall. But yeah, everyone had aged enough that like you wouldn't buy the flashbacks, so they just made them young.
I guess that makes sense.
They made them little kids again.
I guess that's what you got to do when you're working with kids.
Yep. Kids age, man.
Yeah, 2 years when you're like a teenager is very different than 2 years when you're an adult.
I kind of wonder why they didn't just make the movies back to back. Like cast the adults early and then just do that.
Probably because they didn't know if the first one was going to do really well.
Yeah, but why would you not? I feel like with this movie, you would just plan for a second one anyway because you're not going to not complete the story.
I feel like they did. And there's some scenes where I was like, felt like it was definitely shot right after.
Oh.
Because I can't remember what the scene was, but it was something that wasn't in the first movie, but the scene was from the first movie.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I don't know if we just filmed this before and didn't use it in the first one.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, because the CGI was mostly good. The only time that you could tell was with Finn Wolfhard's glasses.
I didn't.
That
What?
You couldn't tell the CGI at all.
With his glasses?
Like that's mostly like Kayla and I told each other. I was like, this is great except for the glasses. Like the glasses completely give it away.
I wasn't thinking about
You
that
didn't
at all.
notice it? Oh my
I wasn't
god.
looking at his glasses
It
at all.
was distracting as hell for me. So It Chapter 2 follows the Losers Club 27 years later. They are called back to Derry to finally formally defeat and kill it. And the movie chronicles their struggles to do so.
Yeah. Which also, I feel like if you haven't seen the first chapter, why would you be watching this one?
You really need to see the first movie.
Yeah, like
for
don't
this
start
one.
with this. This isn't
But
that
I
kind of
like
sequel.
the way that they named it though, because
Yeah.
It Chapter 2 is right there in the title. You gotta read Chapter 1, or
Yeah,
you gotta watch
you gotta
Chapter
watch it.
1. You can't just watch number 2 and expect to understand everything.
Moving on, where are you taking us?
Okay, so here's my problem with the movie.
Ooh.
Because you've named basically everything you said, I agree with. My problem with the movie is that it would go from like, I am actually afraid,
Right.
to this is silly and I'm no longer afraid.
Right.
And I think it had to do with the kind of things they chose to scare you with. There was a point at which, they're in a Chinese restaurant, right?
Right.
It like planted something for them to decipher at the table, right?
Right.
That part was actually frightening.
Yeah, that
and
was
like
great.
seeing them like really be afraid at that was like, wow, this is unsettling. They got me.
Yeah.
But then it went a little bit more
To like the ridiculous
to
level.
the ridiculous level, and that's where I feel like they lost me, and
Yeah.
that was my main complaint, is that they did that every single time that they were scaring people.
Yeah.
And
They
I
like
was
pushed it a little too far, and it was like,
yeah,
this was scary at the beginning of the scene, and
Exactly.
then as the scene goes on, I'm just like, what's going
well,
on, guys?
the scene's still going, and I'm not scared anymore.
And now
but
it's just like,
still going.
this is just weird. And
Yeah.
then they kind of infused comedy into some of the scare scenes in a weird
Yeah.
way, and I was like,
The only time I liked it was
going
it was the scene where Eddie was alone. Actually, no, that scene wasn't funny. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
that's okay. I want to talk about what I did like.
Yeah,
Bill Hader is amazing.
my hero.
Like,
I love him.
I'm not surprised that he can act seriously, but I've never
Did
really
you
seen
see
it.
Skeleton Twins?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, this is Gabby's freaking award darling obsessedness coming out. Some Skeleton Twins was a dramedy with Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader, and they're like, he's actually a dramatic actor in it.
Oh, nice.
And there's some scenes of levity, but I was like, I remember seeing that, and I was like, this dude is a freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, so
He was great. He was definitely the best part of this movie for me.
yeah.
But also, like, the cast they're just all great.
Mm-hmm.
Even Bill Skarsgård, who I feel like in the last movie got more to show off with.
Yeah. This
This
one
time
he
he
wasn't
was-
really there.
Yeah, it was like Pennywise was there.
Yeah.
But they relied more on, he has sharp teeth and he bites people and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Like,
I feel like they relied more on the fear that you had from the first movie.
yeah, like Skarsgård's acting shined a lot more in the first one.
Yes.
Like the scene with the gutter.
Yep.
And even this one, he has the scene where he's talking to the kid and all that stuff. But
yeah.
like,
I read something online that was basically like, bigger doesn't mean better. And for this movie, and I agree. Like, the points where the movie shined were the quieter, more contained moments, and also when the cast was together.
yeah.
At one point, like, they just separate everybody.
Yeah.
And that whole, like, hour
It took
of
so
that
long.
was like, I'm so done with this.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted that part to be over. I wanted them to be together. And as soon as they were together again, the movie freaking I came back to it.
Yeah, and it felt a lot more formulaic when they split up because it was like, okay, cool. There are 6 of us.
Yep,
We
and
all
we're
have to
each
do
going
this
to-
thing. We're
And
going to show
they-
you all do this thing.
They did
and
it for
none of the scenes are short.
everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like, oh my
and
God.
they didn't have to. They
No.
didn't do that in the first movie, really. I mean, they kind of
Like
did
the old
scare.
miniseries?
No. In chapter 1.
Well, yeah, they had the
kind of
different-
did scare the kids individually, but also the way that the adults were scared was a little bit fantastical and ridiculous to me.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
the way the kids were scared was like,
There's more subtlety to it?
it was darker.
Ah, okay.
Like, Mike and his parents is like
Yeah.
hands,
And
like,
then Bev's
and
dad
then
and the whole thing.
and Bev's dad. But like in this one, it was like, let me scare you with like Paul Bunyan, like, just so
I'm scared
that
of
we.
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, but that was silly to me.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it
fair.
was ridiculous, and I was like, why? What happened?
Yeah, they wanted to go all out. And
But,
sometimes
like-
it worked. Sometimes it didn't.
Yeah.
I do still like the visuals a lot. Like, I
The-
love the visuals for the first
Dude,
one. I love them for this one.
That's true. The scene with Pennywise, like, it's in the trailer where
Mm-hmm.
he's like in the air with the balloons.
Yeah.
That scene was
That was dope.
beautiful.
And they have the stuff in the background like they did in the first one, like all the people, the way they like kind of stop and they react. I'm like, this
Yes.
is dope. This is what I came
But
for.
that to me seemed a lot more. So in the first movie, it's really subtle.
Yeah.
And in this one, it was like, let me knock you over the head with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like, you lost it. You lost it. You lost some of like the beauty of the that you did in the first one, which I think was my main gripe. It was like, you went big
Mm-hmm.
and you went obvious when you could have done contained
Yeah.
and subtle, and you would have scared the shit out of me.
That's fair.
Whereas,
Yeah.
like, once you went big, I was like, I'm scared for the jump scare part,
Mm-hmm.
and now this is silly. Or,
Right.
like, I'm scared, but no, actually, now this is just funny to me. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not scary anymore.
Yeah. So I think there's some things they did well, like the first time around. The cast, the acting, the visuals,
Yes.
everything's still great. But then sometimes they just took it a little farther than I felt they needed to.
Yep.
But overall, I like the movie. I
too,
am
kind of.
torn. The boulder is conflicted because part of me is like, I want to watch it again without people talking the whole time. But then
love
part of me
you.
is like, this movie's 3 hours. Do I want to
It's-
watch it again?
That was also my gripe, is like, it felt 3 hours.
It feels long.
But I felt like the only reason it was that long was the scene where everybody's
Has to do their own thing.
getting scared individually.
That's fair. But, you know,
And-
overall,
Like, they could have cut that way down. The movie would have been like 2 hours, and I would want to see it again. But at this point, I'm like, am I ready to invest 3 hours of my life again?
That's fair.
I don't know, my guy. I don't know.
But yeah, Andy Muschietti, I'm still rocking with you.
Same.
All the cast, I'm rocking with you. Bill Hader, I want you to get some kind of award. I don't know which one. I don't watch award shows. But yeah, I give this movie at least 1.5 thumbs up. I don't know how that translates to like a 1 to 10 scale, but I dig it. I like it. I'll watch it again probably.
I gave it 3 stars out of 5.
Cool.
I like it.
It's an easier. But yeah, that's it. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Actually, one more thing.
Oh, one more
I
thing.
wanted to compliment the actor that plays older Eddie at being...
Yes.
He, to me, was actually the best adult version of
because
the younger
he was
kids.
so Eddie?
He was so Eddie, and he did it
great.
so well.
Yes.
And I mean, Bill Hader was fantastic, but he was the one that, like, anytime I saw him in a scene, I was really excited because I was like, this dude got it. This dude's great. And I also
and
really
he looks exactly like him.
He does. It's wild. And then I also want to say I was worried that they wouldn't, because I know in the book Mike is actually like a huge part of the second half of the movie, if not the first. I was worried that they would like glaze over Mike and make other characters like the standouts. And I really appreciate that they put Mike at the forefront.
Yeah, shout out to Old Spice. Also, the actor's name is James Ransone. So shout out to you.
Shout out to you,
Never
my
seen
guy.
You before, but I like you.
Proud of you.
Okay.
Did a great
now,
job.
You ready? You ready to move on?
Yes, vámonos.
All right, guys, we have some news for you because this is a podcast and that's what we do now. Gabby, what do we got?
We got... Wait, which one?
Just start with one.
Oh, okay.
It was right before
any of them,
the
it doesn't
movie,
matter?
Birds of Prey.
Oh, yes! The Birds of Prey teaser trailer. Holy moly. Demi, are you ready to talk about this? She clicked on her mic.
Demi's here, yes.
Adorable.
Demi is here.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, so I've watched that teaser 7 times today. Because
I've seen it twice. It's great.
I've seen it 7 times today without having to watch It Chapter 2. Woohoo!
Nice.
I'm super excited. Birds of Prey has my favorite DC superhero in it, Black Canary. That teaser, like, really just made me want a real teaser because there is not much to that teaser. It's very much like...
No, it's like, look at this.
Look at this.
And I'm taking it away right now. I'm going to take it away right now, right away.
Yeah, I need a trailer, especially because the movie comes out in, like, less than 6 months. So, like, give me a full trailer. But I'm excited. I love the cast. I think that the cinematography and the visuals of the film based off of that teaser look amazing because they go for my like newfound love of the aesthetic of neon lights and lots of colors.
I'm really glad that that's a thing.
I'm a huge fan of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I know a lot of people are upset that this seems to be a very Harley-centric movie instead of a Birds of Prey-centric movie, but the movie's not out yet. I feel like the marketing is just very much about Harley because Harley is a known name and a known face. Obviously, people are upset because Batgirl's not in it, or at least Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, is not in it.
Right.
So that's kind of disappointing. I was also disappointed in that, but I'm still like super stoked about this movie. Everything about it, just Ewan McGregor's in it.
He is. That was him.
He's the villain.
That was him.
He's the villain.
He's
It's
Black
going to be
Mask.
so exciting.
I think the most exciting shots for me are Black Canary kicking somebody. I don't know who she's kicking, but she's kicking somebody, and it was awesome. And it's Black Canary. But also the shot of Ewan McGregor's Black Mask in the foreground and Black Canary is in the background. I think she's singing, which is exciting to me because Black
they
Canary
don't really
in a club.
include that. Oh, wait, singing? Because I know she has like that
Black
power
Canary has
that like...
Oh, yeah, no, her canary cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like her power, and I'm sure that'll pop up in the film. There's,
I hope it does.
I'm sure it will.
Because I haven't seen it in like...
it's
do they do it in the
iconic.
Arrowverse?
Once you get to a certain season.
Wait, and just kidding. I shouldn't have brought up the Arrowverse.
Rookie mistake, Debbie.
But yeah, I'm sure that her canary cry will be in it. And also there is a universe where she is like a rock star on top of being the Black Canary. So I think that's the storyline that they're basing it off of. So I'm super stoked. I'm excited. I love it. And it looks like it might be rated R.
I liked the dig.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it definitely is. I feel like.
It looks like they were teasing it with Harley saying that she's sick of clowns and then them bleeping out her F word with
that
the
was
popping of a balloon.
That was beautiful. I really I appreciated that the beginning of that teaser with the balloons, and I was like, oh wow, we're really getting into it right now. And then it was like, nope, it was Harley.
Psych.
And also I feel like, is that dig also like the I'm sick of clowns Was that like also like I'm sick of this Joker movie coming out?
Just
No,
sick
she's
of
sick of the
Joker,
Joker.
Period.
The character. I don't think Warner Brothers is
Yeah.
sick of their own movies.
Yeah. But also, this is a theater exclusive trailer until it leaked the day before it came out. So, so you can find it online. You just can't find it officially online.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't want to go see it, Chapter 2.
Yeah. I didn't pick up a lot from the teaser because it's not a lot. But I did see one shot of Ewan McGregor looking very excited to be there. And I was like,
awesome.
dope.
I love him.
But, that's all I got from it. Also, somebody kicked something and there was a motorcycle.
Woo.
Colin? You still here? You still with us?
Colin.
Any thoughts on the birds?
Physically, but like,
You have physical thoughts on the birds?
no, never mind.
got it.
Never mind. It was a teaser. Like, it tells me nothing about the movie except that it seems like it's going to have a light tone. It's about all I can tell you. Like, I don't know. The concept is interesting. I still wish it was a Gotham City Sirens movie instead of a Birds of Prey movie, but whatever, it's fine. Like,
Who are the Gotham City Sirens?
It's just,
it's Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and
Harley.
Harley.
Yo.
But shout out to Margot Robbie for pitching this movie to WB, or else we probably wouldn't be getting it right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a production company. She saw in it.
She's the producer on this film, and considering most of her films that she's produced recently have been well acclaimed, I would also produce whatever Margot Robbie asks me to produce for her.
Yep. Or pay for, rather, because she's the producer.
Speaking of Margot Robbie and Warner Brothers, Colin,
Colin.
Dallas.
tell us who's in Suicide Squad. Sorry, the
well,
Suicide Squad.
fine, whatever. So I guess Peter Capaldi got cast in it in some role that no one is talking about yet, and Pete Davidson is in talks, but nothing is confirmed for him, I think.
Yo. That's going to be
And
fun.
that's fine. I like Peter Capaldi a lot. Him being attached to Suicide Squad doesn't make me care about Suicide Squad, but
No, I'm more
He's
excited
cool.
about like James Gunn being attached to Suicide
Yeah, that should be
Squad.
fun. Peter Capaldi looks like
A villain?
just
Or
terrifying.
a vulture.
Yeah, a vulture is a good way to describe it. He looks like
And Pete Davidson reminds me a lot of my brother.
so many people are. Never mind. Look at this picture, Colin. Yeah, look at this picture.
I,
Looks like a
listen, I'm not gonna
superhero.
disagree with you. I like the man.
Peter
I'm not-
Capaldi looks like the monster in like a fantasy story that hunts children. Oh, look at his eyes. Sorry. I don't know anything about him. He's in Doctor Who. I don't watch it. I think Pete Davidson's funny. I don't know what he's going to do in Suicide Squad because I didn't even know he was an actor like that.
He is.
I just thought he was a comedian.
No, he acts.
Oh, that's
He
cool.
made a movie with what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly.
What?
And yeah, and they just sold it. So we might actually get to see that movie.
He's also in The Dirt with Machine Gun Kelly. It's on Netflix.
What is up with him and Machine Gun
Wait,
Kelly?
he's actually. Oh, they're homies. They're really, really.
Oh.
close
They're best friends, dude.
Yeah, they're really,
I don't
really
know anything
close.
about these boys.
Like Machine Gun Kelly was like super there for him after the Ariana Grande breakup.
Yeah, homeboy.
That's sweet.
Yeah, they're really, really close.
But yeah, as the one person who really loves Suicide Squad, the other movie.
Excuse me, I love that movie too.
Okay, fine. Demi, you liked it. I wouldn't say you loved it. You love Margot Robbie in it.
Excuse you.
I'm sorry.
I defend Suicide Squad at every chance I can.
Me too.
As
no,
the
I
one
love
person-
that. It's a great movie.
Sorry. As one of the few people,
I also love
doesn't
Justin
think-
to Kelly. Come on now.
Suicide Squad is a
Oh.
bad movie and actually likes it. I'm excited. And I like Pete Davidson, even though I think a lot of people don't like him either. He's like the Suicide Squad of people.
Really? I think a lot of people like him.
Oh, well, good.
Or I don't know. I want
I like
Pete
him.
Davidson to continue working because I know he's like on one of his last years of SNL, and I don't know if they're gonna ask him to come back because they do the contracts. I think they do like the first 2 or 3 years is an annual contract, and then after that, if they really like you, they keep you for 6 seasons.
Oh, word.
And usually after that 6th season, people are famous enough that they can leave and continue working. Or if you're Kenan Thompson, you just stay on SNL for 15 years. But
Shout out to Keenan holding it down.
but Pete looks like he might be on his way out. So I do want him to keep working because I like him. I think he's cool.
I like him too. That's dope. I thought I was the only one who liked him.
Nah, he cool.
Speaking of people I like,
Will Smith. No. I'm just
Will
kidding.
Smith.
Oh shoot.
Oh, yeah. Will Smith is apparently attempting to adapt something called Brilliance.
What is
Again,
that?
I don't know. Well, this is something that he's tried to do in the past that I guess just didn't work. And it's a novel, and it's basically, some people have powers, and we call them brilliance. And The point is, Will Smith is trying to make it, and I love Will Smith, and I'm about sci-fi. And he's about to do Gemini Man,
Yo,
right?
look,
So
I'm
like,
excited. So it's just
I
exciting.
don't even really care that I don't know anything about the story because I just want him to do it and I want him to be in it and I want to watch it.
Yeah, dude.
So I hope it works. I don't know why it didn't work last time.
Probably just got caught up in like contract / movie like hell / purgatory, and then they just gave up on it.
Yeah. Apparently it's currently unattached to a studio, but you know,
And
somebody will pick it up.
if anybody can get a studio to attach itself to a film, I'm pretty sure it's Will Smith.
Shout out to Big Will. Big Willie style. To me, do you have any thoughts on Brilliance?
Nah, because I didn't even realize that was a thing until like just now.
Ha ha! News. Colin, I bet you don't have any thoughts on Brilliance.
I mean, the one sentence synopsis I saw sounds like we've seen it a lot. Like,
Oh, I found it. Set in a world where, since the 80s, a single percentage point of the Earth's population has been born with special powers, dubbed Brilliance, plural, not the noun.
right.
Brilliance follows Nick Cooper, who would be played by Smith in this potential adaptation. A Brilliance himself, with the power to read body language so acutely he can predict people's next moves. Sounds like Taskmaster. Cooper is also a federal agent tasked with policing the Brilliant population when usual law enforcement can't.
Oh.
So yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. But also reminds me of Bright, which
Yeah, I think that article you're reading actually brings that up.
a lot of people didn't like Bright.
Will Smith just playing
That's
genre
just because
cops.
it was horribly written.
It was bad.
I didn't dislike
I thought
it.
it was
I thought it was fine. But, you know, yeah, I don't feel the need to watch it again. But I didn't
Oh.
dislike it. I thought it was fine.
Fair.
But, you know, I would like this to be better.
I like Will Smith, and I like Will Smith when he does sci-fi. So
Yeah,
about
he's,
it.
he's really good at it.
Gabby, you wanted to talk about
Dallas. Yes, I
someone
did.
joining something?
Hayley Atwell, our MCU girlfriend.
Or what?
who is our?
Who?
The
What?
Da-
MCU
me and-
girlfriend
What?
is that chick from The Punisher.
Oh, okay. No. I'm talking
What?
about me and Dallas's
what's her name?
MCU girlfriend.
The chick from The Punisher?
No, not Dana Madani. I
No,
love Dana
hers is
Madani.
Scarlett Johansson.
No, it's not.
Oh,
How many
just
MCU
kidding.
girlfriends do you have?
Yeah, girl.
Because you were definitely all on Dina Madani for
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
you
love Dana
were.
Madani.
Yeah.
Dana Madani's great.
Is who's your MCU girlfriend?
Answer the question so we
If
can
it's
move
not
on to
Scarlett
me.
Johansson.
I literally have Ghost on my cell phone.
Oh,
What the?
duh,
True.
Becky, get it together. We
That's
know.
fair.
Me and Dallas's MCU girlfriend is Hayley Atwell.
Tell us about Hayley Atwell.
She has just joined the cast of Mission Impossible,
Gabby. Yes.
which is apparently still going strong. And I might actually watch this one if she's in it because I love her.
Yo, same. I mean, I watched a few of them. I don't remember any of them.
Yeah,
I'll remember this
exactly.
one probably.
At this rate, Gabby
Well,
would
yeah.
actually have to watch the last 2 movies in order to understand the next
You
yeah,
know
they're
what?
like
That's
actually
fine.
tying them in
Unless
now.
this
Oh.
one suddenly deviates again. Like, who knows?
Sudden deviation.
Surprise.
Well, because it's the same director, I feel like he might just continue his
All right.
own.
Well, I'll watch them. I did spend a weekend, like once in college, watching all of the Mission Impossible movies that had come out at that point. So at this point, I've only not seen like 3 or 4 of them.
How many are there? Like 5?
There's 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've seen the first 3.
You need to see 4 because 4 is literally the best one, in my opinion.
Which one is that? Ghost Protocol?
Ghost Protocol.
Is
I
that
think
the
I've
one
seen that
with
one.
Jeremy Renner in it?
Yes.
Oh, I got to see that one. And Paula Patton, right?
Yes!
I did see that one. I don't remember it.
It's my favorite one. It's also the one that was directed by Brad Bird, aka the man
Yes,
who
it
did
was.
The Incredibles.
Yes, it was. Shout out to Brad.
Ooh. All right. I really like Hayley Atwell. I'm down to see any movie that she's in. So, yeah. I
Yo,
really
same.
like
Also,
her.
like,
I've seen a lot of the movies she's in, even like the ones that it's like, I don't know, did anybody else see this movie? # Christopher Robin. Like,
oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep,
Mm.
but you know, she was great.
yep.
And this time I probably won't fall asleep because every time I try, Tom Cruise will jump off some kind of plane or building or get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Tie himself to a train.
Or
I don't
like
know what he's
do
gonna
that yell that he did in that one movie.
Oh my god.
The Mummy. Oh my god. Okay, this is a little treat for you guys. It's probably still on YouTube somewhere. Find the Mummy trailer without the. Is it like without sound or without music?
Without the
Without
music, or
music.
I think
something.
it's without the music or background. You'll know it when you see it. It's the Mummy trailer with just the vocals. And oh my god,
Oh,
Tom
goodness
Cruise's scream.
gracious.
Who? Man,
And that concludes.
no.
No?
Oh, my God.
We still have more.
We have one more. There's a Tomb Raider sequel. It's releasing March 19th, 2021.
Wow.
And it has a director.
Wow.
Does it?
Yeah, that we were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about. We've talked about this like 2 times, and both
Look.
times we've had the same conversation. Who is that? Oh, he directed that movie that you saw. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
he did.
Ben Wheatley.
Had the
What did
conversation
he
twice.
direct?
Free Fire.
Oh, you love that movie.
I like that movie.
Oh, I
don't.
you bring it up a lot. That's
No,
why.
I don't.
I don't think he has brought it up since he saw it.
Really?
The
No,
only
you
time-
bring it up a lot in conversation.
Definitely
No, what
doesn't.
happens
What
is-
conversations are you having?
I don't remember the last time I brought up Free Fire. Aside from the many conversations that Colin has to remind me who Ben Wheatley is. He's like, he made Free Fire. And I'm like, oh yeah, Free Fire. I like that movie. But yeah, he's cool. The movie's cool. I don't know anything about this man. I didn't really like Tomb Raider that much, the first one. I didn't dislike
haven't
it.
seen it. I want to see it.
But it was like, I don't need this again. But
I do.
Demi loves it, which is why I wanted her to introduce this news piece, but she was like, nah.
I grew up watching my dad play Tomb Raider games, so I basically was watching Tomb Raider movies by watching my dad play Tomb Raider games, and then I grew up watching Angelina Jolie play Tomb Raider. And then the Alicia Vikander version came out, and I really enjoyed that version for making Lara Croft a lot more human and also giving some attention to the fact that Laura is not only really good with a gun and really good at fighting, but she's also really good at problem solving and puzzle solving. So I really enjoyed the first one, and I thought it was decent. I thought it was like it's a solid movie, but it's not amazing. And I was afraid that it was going to end up like Power Rangers and not get a sequel like it deserves. But Tomb Raider is actually getting a sequel, so I'm really happy, and I'm excited to see Alicia Vikander play Lara Croft again because I thought she did a really good job. And they teased her with the braid and the two guns, and like I need at least one movie where she has the iconic Lara Croft braid and two guns.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Also, I don't need to bring that up. Never mind.
What were you going to bring up?
Okay, here, let's do it. So, I'm sorry for bringing this up again. You guys remember that weird Dora the Explorer review that we talked about for a very long time?
Yes.
Okay. So when Tomb Raider came out, there was another weird review.
No.
But, you know, Alicia Vikander's an adult, so it's fine. But the guy was basically talking about how he didn't like it because she didn't have, like, the sex appeal required to play Lara Croft.
Ugh.
And it's like, bro, it's a video game
Hashtag me
character.
too.
Calm down. Like, this is an actress, like, jumping off of cliffs and stuff. Like, she's doing the important parts.
Yep.
She doesn't have triangle-shaped titties. I'm sorry. But, like...
Or giant triangle-shaped titties.
Yeah, I think the guy was mad they weren't giant triangle-shaped. But, yeah, she did a good job. I remember, liking her in the movie. I just, you know... It's one of those movies that I'll see it if Kayla wants to see it.
So you're probably going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had wanted to see it. And then I just work a lot and I didn't get around to it.
I like it enough that I own it. So
Nice.
Ooh, girl, can I borrow?
yeah, it's also in my digital library. So
Cool.
Ooh,
Oh, the
digital
one that I
library.
have access to?
yes.
Cool.
Nice. They also had a really cool cover of Survivor by Destiny's Child in the trailer.
Oh, that I love.
That was dope, right?
That was really great.
So I want to see what song they're going to cover in this one.
Ooh.
No
Who knows?
idea what. No. Colin, you got to guess. What song would they cover in the new Tomb Raider?
Can't you see that I'm the one? I'm just kidding.
I don't know what that was.
Oh, it's Taylor Swift's You Belong With Me.
Bold choice. That's a hot take.
Or I Will Survive, maybe. Maybe I'll Survive, because it was Survivor.
Maybe.
And now they'll do I Will Survive, but like a cool, edgy version of it.
Also, I request that Hannah John Common come back for the sequel. Thank you.
Yeah,
Was she in it? Of course.
Of course. All right, that's all our news, right? No
Are we
secret
done?
news?
Is
No
this
secret
it?
news popping up?
We're so low energy today. Sorry, viewers, if we sounded like we
Viewers?
don't care. Sorry, listeners.
At least you're talking. Colin.
Dallas.
What? You
My
can't
bread.
just because you lean into your mic doesn't mean they can hear you staring at me.
My breath.
All right, so that's been today's episode of Creative Differences, the podcast. As always, shout out to Crown Digital. They put us on Spotify. They put us on Apple Podcasts. We put ourselves on YouTube because we learned
That's
that.
all that we know how to do.
Shut up, Gabby.
Where's the lie, Dallas? Where's the lie?
Gabby, since you want to talk so much, where can they find you on social media?
They can find me on Instagram at Stegosoria. Soria is spelled Soria. It's a dinosaur pun.
That is adorable. Colin, speaking of adorable, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Duck McGuck.
Cute. And you can find me on Twitter at a king named Simba, like the Lion King. To me, where you at?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dreamy Films. Dreamy is spelled Dreemi. Although I am trying to spend a little bit less time on both of those. So
It's true. I've noticed. I'm seeing a lot fewer retweets of like Camila Cabello.
Are you really though?
I am
really.
because you've been gone for a bit.
I get back on whenever she's doing something.
That's true, but just in general.
You know what made me happy last time we like did this whole thing?
What's that?
Is that you got to do your fake Twitter thing for
Yeah,
Colin.
because he wasn't here.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I
He
did.
did. You can. What is it? A clown named Pennywise.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I mean, I asked.
Wah,
You did.
wah.
Oh yeah. Also, we're a unit, so you can find us on Twitter at y'all_different. You can find us on Facebook. Just search for Creative Differences. You can find us on Tumblr at Creative Differences Podcast.
You're not going to tell them about the results that you found on Y'all Different?
Okay, so if you've been listening to us and actually get to the end of our podcast, you know that I'm always talking about how we have an underscore in our Twitter name because Y'all Different is taken. Did some research, found out Y'all Different is taken by a suspended Twitter account. I don't know who that is, but
You're mad.
Twitter, can we get that, please?
You're really, really mad.
I just spent so many weeks searching and looking and like, who is this? Oh, it's nobody. It's suspended. Also, if it's suspended, why can't we just take it? But whatever, I don't know.
You gotta call them up.
Twitter.
Call Twitter.
What's
Call
up?
their customer service.
What's the guy's name? Jack. Jack, what's up? Where you at?
Pretty sure he got hacked, so he might be busy doing other things.
Hacking Jack. All right. we've been talking enough.
It's been different. Okay, bye.
All right,
Nos vamos.
bye.
Bye.